us.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. That's good. Alright, I'm muting the conference room. All right.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. In attendance as well as virtually attending, we do have at least one board member, Mrs. Johnson, attending virtually. So I will ask that we call the Thursday, June 26th regular board meeting for the Pottstown School District Board of Directors to a meeting opening. Could I have a roll call, please?
Amato,
Here.
Bearden,
Here.
Heidel,
Here.
Hilton,
Here.
Johnson,
Here.
Kancianik. Here. Klein, Lawrence, Spence.
Present.
7 present, 2 absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Could I have a moment of silence, please? And the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mrs. Oakley, we have the minutes, please.
Yes. Madam President, I would like to present the minutes from the regular board meeting held on May 15th, as well as the special voting meeting held on May 22nd, 2025.
Thank you. Mrs. Johnson, could we have the list of bills and treasurer's report, please?
Yes, Madam President, I would like to present the list of bills and the treasurer's report for the period of May 2025.
Thank you. Committee reports. I will start with Facilities and Finance, Mr. Hilton.
Okay, well, Mr. Will Hour reported to us on the maintenance work being done this summer. There are a number of budget approvals we'll need to make for contracts and resolutions. And have we finally awarded the bid for the cafeteria items?
We do. We have that on for tonight.
Wow, I've only seen that in the paper like 15 times.
Oh.
Okay. And then we
Plastic.
had a discussion about the budget, with the anticipation it will be passed tonight. But we're short 2 people, so not too many people can have mischief, or we're in deep trouble. Okay, and then there were some information items about the upcoming board meetings. And that's it.
Thank you. Moving right along, could we have Mrs. Johnson for Public Relations Committee Engagement and Montgomery County Legislative?
I'm going to keep mine brief because my internet connection is crackly, and I'm guessing it is for you too. For the community engagement meeting, we went over recent events, including graduation, pre-K, student advocacy. We talked about some of the local scams that had been issued, and we went over some advocacy updates with the charter reform, the upcoming state budget, and the federal budget. For the county legislative committee, we had State Senator Maria Collette there, as well as her chief of staff, Tom Holroyd. We talked about the state budget, federal uncertainty, kind of a lot of those same things that we discussed in the community engagement. We also brought up the need for facilities funding, and she mentioned that she has an ongoing concern that vouchers will be brought up at the state level, as they tend to be every year. There wasn't a lot of new information shared from that meeting in terms of like information her office had that was not public knowledge, but it was very valuable for establishing another connection with a lawmaker in Montgomery County. And that's all I got.
Thank you. PSBA Representative, Ms. Kancian.
I do not have anything today, thank you.
Thank you. And in lieu of Mr. Klein, scheduled vacation, and Mrs. Lawrence, who unfortunately has lost her husband as of yesterday morning. So I will be quickly perusing the policy, personnel, and curriculum and curricular meetings. For the June 5th policy and personnel, we reviewed policy 317.1 related to educator misconduct. We will be visiting that. And then a personnel review of the open positions for our 25-26 school year. We reviewed an informational piece with Mr. Rodriguez related to the school budget and the role of the media and communication specialist for the upcoming year. The next meeting date for that will be August the 7th. And then for the curriculum, co-curricular, Mrs. Lawrence is chair. The action items were our CSI annual report, where Dr. Wangia shared a presentation on the middle school progress. It was quite extensive and provided goals and information for us related to benchmarks. He also provided some informational items, and Mr. Oxford presented a Mock Code 360 video. Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Oxford presented a Linkit growth report for the 24-25 school year as an update. We received information related to back to school nights in August, as well as a book drive called Books a Million that will be held between July 20th and August 17th. If you need any more information, please reach out. But that book drive will be held between July 20th and August 17th, and we were looking for new books, please. And then we have our new teacher orientation dates, August 5th, 6th, and 7th respectively. And then the participants and topic highlights were listed. So that said, we will move right along into the report of the superintendent. Mr. Rodriguez, please.
Thank you, Madam President. Members of the board, on the agenda for your review and consideration are 13 consent topic items, number 7 through 20, as well as 9 non-consent topics, although we do have some settlement agreements all in one section, number 27. So as you can see, we do have some staff members on vacation, so I'm going to be running through a few of these agenda items. Number 7, personnel resignation and terminations. We have a total of 8 in Act 93, professional and exempt, as well as some seasonal substitute support items. Number 8, we have 2 leaves of absences for your consideration. In number 9, we have 5 professional changes in position, 1 exempt change in position, and 2 support, for a total of 8 changes in position. Number 10 is elections. I'm very pleased to inform you that we have 5 professionals on the agenda to be elected this evening. Number 11 is an updated co-curricular section. So as you can see there, we have some grant-funded positions, the Best Buddy Advisor. So that's 2, and that's in our co-curricular. Number 12, as Mrs. Bearden already mentioned, the CSI middle school plan was presented to our committee, and Dr. Wangia, as well as Mr. Oxenford, went through that and demonstrated the progress as well as all the nuts and bolts of that plan. Number 13 is an annual item, and it is the OAC, or Occupational Advisory Committee minutes. And what that is essentially all of our career and tech programs submit their minutes for your review and approval. And that is the end of my section. I'll turn it over to Mrs. Oakley.
Thank you. Good evening, board members. Tonight, for your consideration, we have 14 contracts. There are 2 for contracted services, 8 for special education. We have 2 MOUs, one with the police department and one for Title I family services, and 2 MCIU for student information system and power school support. Also, we have a number of annual resolutions, including the budget transfer resolution, committing funds for future expenditures, designation of depositories, and investment of funds. Number 19 are student accident insurance with the listed rates for this year, and the bid award for the cafeteria, plastic and foil supplies. We had a bid opening on Monday of this week, and we're going to award the foil to Durable Packaging and the plastic to Imperial Bag and Paper Company. And that concludes my consent items tonight, Madam President.
Thank you very much. And do we have any hearings from the patrons on schools for consent items only? Do we have anyone signed in virtually for consent items only?
Not at this time, Madam President.
Thank you. Do we need any dialogue on any of the items from the board related to consent items? Okay, I'll start for the board action on minutes list of bills. Could I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
So moved.
In a second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Board consent items 7 through 20. We will do them as a group. So is there any dialogue needed for those items? No? Okay, can I have a motion to accept consent items 7 through 20, please?
So moved. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Spence,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Kancyianik,
Aye.
Armato,
Aye.
Bearden,
Aye.
Heidel,
Aye.
Hilton.
Aye.
7 ayes, 2 absent, motion carried.
Thank you. Moving on to non-consent items. Mr. Rodriguez, you're up.
Thank you, Madam President. The first item is basically our updated summer program. So you'll notice there are 5 summer positions because they were hired after or just before the board meeting, too late for us to put on the May board meeting agenda. We are adding them here. Obviously, they are working, so that's a ratified. That is number 1. Should I
Yes.
keep going?
Yes.
This is okay. I think you're the
Yep, thank you. Homestead Farmstead Resolution. Board members, as you're aware, we receive funding from the state in which we must pass through in the form of a Homestead Farmstead Resolution. And this year's amount that would be passed through to the approved homesteads is $777.38. And then moving along, number 26 is our 2025-2026 final budget with revenues of $88,765,426, expenditures of $92,646,668, with the use of fund balance of $3,881,242, and the millage rate of 44.39.
Thank you.
Final item on the agenda is number 27. It is broken up into 6 equal parts, and we already asked they must be addressed individually. So these 6 settlement agreements are special education settlement agreements that have been discussed in executive session. Thank you.
Thank you. That said, do we have any hearings from the patrons limited to the non-consent items, please? And any virtually, please?
Not at this time, Madam President.
Thank you. As mentioned, we will go through each one of these items as non-consent. So I will ask if there's any discussion for each one of them at that time. And we are starting with 29.1, and that's related to the updated summer program. Any communication needed? Hearing none, can I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Armato,
Aye.
Spence,
Yes.
Kancyianik,
Aye.
Hilton,
Aye.
Heidel,
Aye.
Bearden,
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
7 ayes, 2 absent, motion carried.
Thank you. Next one is related to homestead, farmstead, the exclusion resolution. Can I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Hilton,
Aye.
Kancyianik,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Spence,
Yes.
Heidel,
Aye.
Bearden,
Aye.
Armato.
Aye.
7 ayes, 2 absent, motion carried.
Thank you. 29.3 is related to our 25-26 final budget. Any discussion?
Maybe we should discuss this a little bit more.
I don't mind.
Would you like to?
No.
Okay,
Oh,
thank
you wouldn't?
Thank
Okay,
you.
can I discuss it a little bit?
You're welcome to do so.
Okay, what was it? I was just looking it up on our board minutes. And on the 2019-2020 budget, we were at $64,200,000. We raised taxes 3.3%. Took about $400,000 out of fund balance and fees. That seems so minuscule. Seems like half a school district when you think about that. 5 of us voted yes for that budget, 1 of us voted no out of the 6. I hope, as he said, with no funny business, John and I were the only 2 that are left, so we were the 5th vote. We were the ones responsible for raising taxes. So I just wanted, if we're gonna fall on our sword, I'd like all of us to fall on our sword. And if not, at least get more than 5. All right? Because that still bugs me to this day, that I had to be that 5th. I don't want to vote for this budget. I don't like anything with it, but it is what it is. We learn our lessons. I think a lot of us were a little COVID drunk. 15 months ago, we were talking about $3 million for athletic fields and geothermal and solar arrays and pay up now, return for investment over 10 years. And now it's like, I feel bad we spent $300,000 to even do a field study. And I think this next budget, we have to look at maybe putting caps on things, like we did before. We had a building envelope for a long time, that was what, 625,000? Maybe it went up to 675,000. We never had everything we wanted, and we squeezed every penny we could out of it. You know, I think all of us need to look hard, because 9 million came out of nowhere, but I guess in a way it kind of did. So I hope going forward, you don't micromanage things, but certainly we think of budget all year round. So that's what I wanted to say.
Well, I won't follow on that sword with you because I was very adamant that we be concerned about what was sustainable. We can do a lot of things because money was right there, but I only wanted us to do what we were able to sustain when those funds go away. And as much as for the years, if anyone followed, I was very big on bringing our female co-curriculars up to level to where our males were. That was a driving force for me. And I also wanted the curricular and facilities that we currently had to be updated and brought to a level of where they needed to be at that time for usability, for function. The tennis court, which was big for me, was because it's the way it's sloped, so no one's fault, it's the slope. And so water runs down, but it renders the season almost unusable for at least half of the season. So I was pushing for what we currently had to be brought to more of a sustainable process functionally, including our locker rooms and having some sort of outdoor facility for laboratory services. That's to prevent school districts from having to go to the Y and so forth. So those were some things that I really felt we needed to do. Our soccer field, aka lacrosse field, aka field hockey field, which has been a problem for years and years and years for our athletics, to be more usable, right? So I was really pushing for not so much aesthetics, but usability, functionality, and sustainability. Something I didn't want us to put together a lot of things that we could not sustain post-ESSER funding. So that said, we have been, I think, as a board, I think we've been very concerned about cost. I think our executive team has put in front of us several times the need to possibly raise taxes. And it wasn't something we wanted to do because we didn't want to put people in a position that they could not afford to be in. And we felt very strongly, we knew we were in a low income district because it's more renters than homeowners at that time. We're certainly moving in a very positive direction, but that's not to say our renters aren't phenomenal persons as well. It's just the tax base that we have right now, and then that was causing this issue. And to be clear, every board sets out to do the very best they can with what's presented in front of them at the time. And sometimes, it's a downhill slope no matter which way we go. So I think you all made the best decision you could make given the set of circumstances that we're in, just like closing, an elementary school. You make the best fiscally responsible decision you can make at that time, and nothing's permanent. Anything you do now, any way you vote right now, it's not permanent. Things can change. And so we know things like policy and are fluid, just like this is fluid. When we see something not working, then the board will revisit it, say, hey, this is not working, we need to look at this. But you're making the tough decision that you've been elected to do, and I'm appreciative of you going back historically, Mr. Heidel, and taking a look at that information so that the public can kind of have more visibility to where we've come from. So I'll say that and be done. Any other discussion?
I would be remiss, I know Mr. Kalis, if he were here, would just remind, and quite frankly, I don't think anybody needs these reminders, but just as a way of doing it beforehand rather than afterward. In most board action, simple majority rules. But there are a couple of instances where there must be a full majority no matter how many people are here. So for example, like tonight, we're missing a couple of board members. For purposes of the budget only, we must have what is considered a majority of the full board. So that has to be at least 5 votes. 5 is the magic number. So again, I think that most of our board members are cognizant of that, but it's good to remind the public so that they are aware of the law. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. So that said, any other discussion for the final budget for 25-26 school year? Thank you. Could I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Johnson,
Aye.
Spence,
Yes.
Kancianik,
No.
Hilton,
Aye.
Heidel,
Aye.
Bearden,
Aye.
Armato.
Aye.
6 aye, 1 nay, 2 absent, motion carried.
Thank you. Thank you, board. Moving on to 29.4 settlement agreement. Motion to accept.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Armato,
Aye.
Bearden,
Aye.
Heidel,
Aye.
Hilton,
Aye.
Kancianik,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Spence.
Yes.
7 ayes, 2 absent, motion carried.
Thank you. Settlement agreement B, please. Motion to accept.
So moved. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Armato,
Aye.
Bearden,
Aye.
Heidel,
Aye.
Hilton,
Aye.
Kancianik,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Spence.
Yes.
7 ayes, 2 absent, motion carried.
Thank you. Settlement agreement C, please. Motion to accept.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Spence,
Yes.
Johnson,
Aye.
Kancianik,
Aye.
Heidel,
Aye.
Bearden,
Aye.
Hilton,
Aye.
Armato.
Aye.
7 ayes, 2 absent, motion carried.
Thank you. Settlement agreement D, please. Motion to accept.
So moved. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Hilton,
Aye.
Kancianik,
Aye.
Spence,
Yes.
Johnson,
Aye.
Heidel,
Aye.
Bearden,
Aye.
Armato.
Aye.
7 ayes, 2 absent, motion carried.
Thank you. Settlement agreement E, please.
So
Motion.
moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Kancianik,
Aye.
Spence,
Yes.
Bearden,
Aye.
Armato,
Aye.
Heidel,
Aye.
Hilton,
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
7 ayes, 2 absent, motion carried.
Thank you. And settlement agreement F, as in Frank, please. Motion.
So moved.
Second. Third. We need to get it back.
Roll call vote, please.
Spence,
Yes.
Johnson,
Aye.
Kancianik,
Aye.
Hilton,
Aye.
Heidel,
Aye.
Bearden,
Aye.
Armato.
Aye.
7 ayes, 2 absent, motion carried.
Thank you. Moving into information items, we do have our board workshop coming up on Thursday, the July 17th. We will be here in the administration building, so just want to keep that on your radar. Mrs. Oakley,
Yes, Madam President, attached is the monthly meeting notice for August.
thank you. Mr. Armato?
My turn to talk?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. So I would like to comment on two things. First, Congratulations to Mr. Rodriguez, who once again today was a very strong advocate for our public schools in our community at a press conference that was held at Daniel Boone High School, and was an effort that was supported by PA Schools Works and Power Interfaith and Penn Policy. All those organizations were part of that effort, and I'm a strong believer that we community, we citizens, whether it's local or nationwide, need to have our voices heard. And press conferences like today's was one of the ways in which that is done. Obviously, the most powerful way is at the ballot box.
I thought this was your winter pride.
I think he thought
He-
you were talking around.
He was going round table, but it's
Oh,
okay.
Don just starts talking. Yeah.
It's all right.
going, just let him go.
We were
I
going
like
with
one of
you.
those little toys, you press the button
I
and
know.
words just come out, doesn't matter. So when we do roundtable, I'll say, hey, take a look at Winter Pride, and you will see 60+ pages, again, of all reasons why we should say, proud to be from Pottstown. So I have one other comment about Mr. Hilton, but I'll save it for when we go roundtable. There you go.
Okay. So we will move out of the winter pride 24-25, and we'll move to Federation remarks.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm just have something very brief. It's summertime, so we are all in our relaxed mode. One thing I wanted to share with everyone is we were lucky enough to be part of the grand opening of the Pottstown Children's Discovery Center this past week. We were one of the founding 50 where we donated money to help get it open. And we got a tour, and we were able to purchase a lot of things off their wish list. And we're lucky enough to have one of our teachers from Rupert on the board there. So I wanted to share that news, because that's an exciting thing happening in Pottstown that we're a part of.
Fun.
That's all I have.
Thank you so much, and thank you for coming at the start of your summer. I'm happy to have you, and we will start with roundtable. Ms. Spence, please. Thank you. Mr. Heidel. Mr. Hilton. Mrs. Johnson.
Nothing for me, thank you.
Mr. Amato.
Yes, thank you. So, once again, I am always fascinated by the material that Mr. Hilton provides in his informational articles twice a week. And the two this week dealt with trust, which I think is a vital issue that we all must face in one form or another. In terms of the school district, it is vitally important for people, for the community, to trust the words and the information that come from our school district. And I do think that it's worthy of some of the insightful things that were in those little graphics that you did, Mr. Hilton, for us to take as a school board, take a look at how do we continue to build the trust from the community in what we do. So I would be happy to see that as a topic for one of our committee meetings.
Thank you. Mrs. Kancianik.
We're gonna do it winter pride?
You kind
Not
of gone through the
kind of.
60-page.
No, I-
Well, I need to gear up for this last hour I have today, really last. No, I was just gonna say, since the end of school, it's been really nice to see all the summer activities going on in the buildings. Anytime you drive by, there's kids coming in and out, staff around, and it's been nice sports. Have the kids up there 8:30 in the morning in the summer, so I'm just really impressed with that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam President. I only have two items. One is completely functional. At the just slipped out of my board workshop. Yeah, there it is, right there on the paper. At the board workshop, board members, if you would be good enough to bring the district-issued laptops with you at that time, as well as a non-transferable, non-stealable way to hold on to your username and password. So, what that means is that if you need to write it down, that's fine, just make sure that it ends up being destroyed, et cetera, so that no one can go into your materials. But I have to inform you that the devices that you have must be retired. It is not that they are not functional, but they will no longer be supported, and as a result, that's not our decision, that's Microsoft's decision, or whatever company we utilize there. So it's at the end of life cycle. Windows 11, I think, is part of this whole thing. So bring your laptop, bring your username, bring your password, or at least have access to it during the workshop. We will be reissuing different laptops that will have the same functionality, but will have all the security. Any questions on that?
I won't be at the workshop.
I know.
So.
Oh, okay, then,
I'm up there too. That's
okay,
Maddie's birthday.
then we will need to make separate arrangements. Thank you for letting me know. I'll get the staff on that.
To be clear, you're talking about retiring the laptops, not the school board members, right?
Yes,
Okay.
if I said something that,
No, I just know,
yes,
us older people get a
laptops.
little bit concerned when you start talking about retirement.
Okay. Second thing is that goes right along with our Discovery Center. Very, very happy to see all the positive press that Discovery Center got. And today I had the pleasure of being able to support a transportation request so that our kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade can participate in Pottstown Discovery Center. So if that goes through with our Pottstown Foundation for Education, there's going to be a lot of really good field trips going on during the school year. And that is all I have.
Thank you. I will say first, happy for the staff to have some summertime off, much needed, and I hope the staff is really doing something fun, stress relieving, relaxing, something that really makes them warm and happy, and that they really feel like they're enjoying their summer. That's big. Second, I ask that you keep Mrs. Lawrence and her son and daughter-in-law who work for us in our district in your prayers, and reach out to them just as a touch point to let them know that you care. She is not here and is planning to be here, but that transition changed the trajectory. So that said, I also want to thank again the board for your diligence in trying to bring us forward to some sort of budget, though we are not happy again to be passing a budget prior to state budget being passed. We're doing what we've been tasked to do as a board, and sometimes things just aren't fun, fair, or desirable, but you did a good thing for as much as you're able to do, and you'll continue to watch it and monitor it with the rest of the executive team. So thank you for that hardship. That said, I would just like to state for purposes of transparency, our board will be adjourning for an executive session for the purposes of safety and security, as well as litigation. So I want to make sure that that is heard online as well. So does anyone have anything that they would like to say at this point before we adjourn? I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.